It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, the talk has been that they don't want to play with caution tonight. They want to let it all hang out. They seem to be a pretty revved up group coming into this game. We'll see if that translates into success on the court. We all know just how incredible Chris Paul is. Guy gives you everything you want from a floor general. Even at his age, guys, is there any team in the NBA that wouldn't be better if you swapped him into the point guard spot?
Well,
does he make every team better?
He makes almost every team better. Almost every team. I couldn't say every team, but I would say Golden State. I mean, they're not going to be better. And maybe even Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I don't know
Good
if they'd
point.
be better, but he makes most teams better.
Yeah, and he just does so much that it's kind of hard to see a team getting worse with him as their point guard. He's a great player. Wish him well.
That does it for us for now. We'll see you later.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas, our broadcast setting tonight. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets playing here in Houston. Now it's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Kevin, the Warriors are one of the best offensive teams in the league, and Steve Kerr talks about his offensive philosophy often. He said, I believe unequivocally as a coach, and I believed it as a player, that the ball has to move. When the ball stops, the game stops. And I don't think you can win at the highest level by playing too much one-on-one. Kevin?
Thanks for that, DA. And the Warriors move the ball so quickly. Their team chemistry is off the charts. We should have a fan favorite here tonight. Two fast break teams. Lots of highlight reel plays. Doris, what can either side do to try and slow down the other?
Well, both teams love to take turnovers and turn them into highlight reel dunks. So one, you've got to take high quality shots, take care of the basketball, make sure you're getting good shots every trip, Kev.
So the Rockets win the tip. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
Now here's Paul. Screen by Capella. The 3 from Harden. It's good from long range.
Well, what you know about Paul, he sees everything as it develops. That time he hits the wide open man.
Over in the corner, Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Green's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell. That was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Kicks it out to Ariza. No good from outside. On defense, Houston. Feeds it to Curry. No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. When Curry is on the floor, you can just see how he impacts the play. Even when he doesn't have the ball, defenders can't help off too far or he'll make him pay. Doris, I've seen defenders give up an open layup just not to give Curry a clean look from deep.
Well, that's why the stat sheet doesn't tell the entire story relative to the influence Steph Curry has on the outcome of the game. The commitment required to cover Curry allows opportunities for other people on his team.
Here's Paul, following the basket by Draymond Green. Harden against Thompson. A step-back shot here, and he hits the jumper for 2. Harden's got 5 now.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Durant, the pass to Thompson. Over Harden, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Durant.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
A pretty good way to start the game, right? The defense has to be more aggressive, keeping him away from that area of the floor, or it's going to be a long night.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from three.
Ball against Curry. Pass to Durant. Back to Curry. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Anderson.
Well, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open a look.
A putback, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
What instincts this guy has on the glass. Has a real knack for getting in tight and always being ready for the tip.
Curry against Paul. 13 feet away. Again, Golden State.
There isn't a spot on the floor where Steph Curry can't do damage. In tight, from three-point or mid-range, there's nowhere Steph Curry is not a dangerous option.
The three from Harden. And no good.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
James Harden getting it done for Houston. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. PJ Tucker is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute. Then it's Nene in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rockets trail. What can you say about the playmaking ability of Draymond Green? He has evolved, Doris, into a point forward for one of the most high-powered offenses in NBA history.
Right, Draymond Green makes this system work. He's got tremendous vision. He can handle the basketball, can create for his teammates, and most importantly, he's an unselfish guy who wants his teammates to score.
Here's Green after Eric Gordon's bucket. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Here's Paul, the Warriors making the shot. He dishes it to Gordon. From downtown, that's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Back to Iguodala for the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. And And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, P.J. Tucker, the classic combo forward, right? He played power forward at Texas, but at 6'6", he had to add the perimeter game to be successful in the NBA.
And Tucker Doris has played most of his NBA career at small forward, but he is strong.
Yeah, and I think the value is he can guard 4 positions, Kev. No problem sliding back to the power forward, especially in today's game. A lot of skilled 4s in the league, so he can guard all of those guys.
The first one falls.
Make no mistake, guys, one of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbamute. And it's Harden in for Chris Paul. Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Now here's Curry. Here's Thompson. The rebound by Anderson.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Harden kicks it to Tucker. Back to Harden. Five on the clock. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And here's Young. They set the pick. Puts up a 3. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rockets on top. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They played aggressive, lockdown defense. That was the main difference in the first half. Because when you come out and establish that you're going to play physical, that sets the tone for the rest of the game. On top of that, I think they showed more energy, outworking and out-hustling.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
That's it for now, as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. The Warriors trail. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Durant and Draymond Green. Talented forward duo. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Klay in the backcourt. And it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. for three, Durant. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys' high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely, it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be, and sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. That free throw missing.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
And he sinks the second.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents, they went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year.
Here's Curry, makes it off the glass. Curry's got 7 points.
Well, a sneaky way to get to the basket there on the offensive board, but that's Steph Curry. He does whatever it takes to help his team win.
Now, here's Capella. Ariza has the open look, and he's good on the three ball.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Harden against Thompson. Kicks it to Green. Back to Curry for three. That one's not going to go. So Houston will take it the other way.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Curry. He has 7. Green with a screen on Paul. Passes it to Green. Here's Pachulia, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too. You look at the influences and former coaches of Steve Kerr, and it's easy to see why Kerr has been a success as a coach.
Well, I think if you look about how this man goes about his business, it's important to recognize he played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and certainly takes advantage of the wisdom he learned from 2 of the all-time greats. Think back to his college coach, Lute Olson. So much of his offensive approach with the fast pace and the discipline came from Lute. It's so smart to take a little bit from each one of the mentors and the guys you've played for.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Dishes it to Harden. Over in the corner, Mbamute. Harden kicks to Paul. And it's Ariza in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Nene, the screen, goes up the baseline. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Green, the screen. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Stephen Curry.
He hits one in the first half, another here. Not prolific, but the defense has to keep an eye on him.
Paul with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Goes back up, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Curry outside. It's rebounded by Houston. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden, and it's blocked.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Absolutely. You use as much of that ticker as you can. That's just good offense.
gets the 14-footer to fall. Harden's got 10 points.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Rockets lead by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Right now is when we go, good shot, great shot, right? Right now is when we talk on every screen down here and switch and ice and all the stuff we do on point.
And Steve Kerr, this is what his teams do. They take away a lot of easy shots, easy baskets.
Yeah, you heard him. Ice the screens, communicate, give me everything you've got defensively.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute. And it's Tucker in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Curry after Eric Gordon's bucket. Iguodala kicks to McCaw. Picked by West. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Launches it. Can't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. Outside Gordon. He kicks to Harden. Back to Gordon. 11 feet away. No good that time. Warriors trailed by 5. Curry kicks to McCaw. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're ahead by 2. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Rockets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Kevin Durant comes in for David West. And it's Thompson in for Patrick McCaw. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
Here's Curry. They kick it out to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Now Draymond Green in a big spot delivers with nice calmness. Go ahead, Draymond.
There's the pick. Screen by Capella. Gordon kicks to Harden. And another 3 for Houston.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
Iguodala with a screen on Gordon. Inside, Mbah-a-Moute with the steal. And there it is for him.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
The Warriors have gone 2 or 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Iguodala with a screen on Gordon. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, connects! And now they trail by just 4.
boy, a monster bucket yet again from Steph Curry. Knew they had to get something from that possession, and you knew he'd deliver it.
Now here's Harden. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. And Anderson gets it to go.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 6. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And a lot of his points have come from beyond the arc. And that's been big because it's opened the floor for himself and his teammates. And without his work from downtown, their offense would have really struggled.
Durant with a wide open look. Connects! And now they trail by just 4.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Yeah, and really, since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable. Just a nightly triple-double threat.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, very productive trip to the line that time, and they're sitting on a nice lead now.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Unless it's an and one, a 2-pointer makes no sense. Unfortunately for them, the defense knows this too.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trains it from downtown.
Nobody you want taking that shot more than Steph Curry. What a pressure player.
And now they foul and stop the clock. Gets gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
For 3, Durant connects from downtown.
I'll tell you, don't let Kevin Durant start to percolate from outside that arc, because you're going to be in for a tough night.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
Boy, don't you love it. As calm as can be, seals the win with some tremendous work at the free throw line.
Offline with his 3. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.